everyone, it's Ashton Ewing. I wanted to make a video I told myself that I was going to show up raw. I was going to show up real, whether I had makeup on or whether I didn't, whether I was crying in a complete hot mess or not, to be able to start to share what I've been experiencing and try to just hopefully shed some light and help individuals get through their grief journey. Ultimately, I'd like to be able to prevent this stuff from happening. That would be way better than having to help somebody deal with the grief. But he wrote something the other day because I think because people see me after 2 months of losing my son, that I'm showing up in my life. And just because I'm showing up and I'm trying to do everything that I can to be present in my life and to move forward, that doesn't mean that it's not hard. It doesn't mean that I don't cry. Oh my goodness, it is an emotional roller coaster. Like, cried today. The last week was emotional. Like, it's over the place. Like, grief does not look like you're really, really sad and then you just get less sad throughout it. It is a roller coaster, a real roller coaster of all of a sudden you just, in the very, very second, you could think of something and start to cry. And it sucks. But I'm hoping that as I share this journey and hoping to share more of Evan and who he was as well, and eventually be able to talk about even more, because I feel that it could help other individuals and hopefully, again, prevent this. But I wrote that faith doesn't make the storm disappear. It doesn't make the battle any less real or the pain any less sharp. Even when I hold on to the promises of God with everything that I've got, there are still days when the weight feels unbearable. Faith doesn't mean I'm immune to tears or heartache or questions. Doesn't mean that I have it all figured out or that I don't wrestle with the why. What faith does is reminds me that I'm not in this storm alone. It anchors me when the winds of grief or uncertainty try to pull me under. Jesus didn't promise a life free from struggles. He promised to be with us in them. And that's what I cling to in the darkest moments. His presence, his love, his strength when mine feels gone. So if you're in a storm right now, know this, that it's okay to feel broken. It's okay to cry it out. Just don't get stuck there. Faith doesn't mean that you're unshakable. It means that you get to face the storm with the one and only who is unshakable. It means knowing you're not alone in this battle. Lean into him. Take it one day, one moment at a time. And this storm might rage, but his love will never let you go. And so, like, people consistently ask, how are you doing? And, you know, it's hard to be like, I'm good. I'm great. Everything's awesome. Because it doesn't feel that way. But I'm here. And I do the best that I can every single day to hold on to my faith. And one of the things that I told a group that I'm a part of is, you know, there are times that will just randomly pop up and I'll start to question, like, why this or why that, or if this would have been done differently, or if this could have been done differently, would that have changed? Would this have changed it? And I feel like those are just thoughts from the enemy. Those are just these lies that he wants me, or not even lies, but questions that he wants me to run through my head over and over to keep me so in tune of the what if, and so focused on different things that are going to keep me distracted from doing what God's called me to do. And so in those moments, when you have those, because no matter how many times that you think of those questions, or you think of how something could be different, it's not going to change the outcome. And so in those moments, I literally have to stop, and I'm like, Satan, no, you don't get my mind. You don't get my peace. You don't get my joy. And I do get frustrated with him. He doesn't get these things because God promises me peace during the storm and joy during sorrow and pain. And there are things that anybody that deals with grief, especially in this situation, that might have questions. So, anyways, that's my first little vlog to you guys to let you know how I'm doing. And when I get asked that question, you won't hear it good, but I will keep fighting for every single day, and I'll keep clinging onto my faith, but it doesn't make that pain any easier. And I'll keep sharing his story. So if there's things that people have questions on, if there's, I'm hoping that even as those that listen to this, that those that don't know Jesus, I'm hoping that that sheds a light to be like, maybe I want to understand what faith looks like and who this Jesus is that she talks about. And I pray that will start a journey for you, because I couldn't imagine somebody going through this not knowing what's on the other side, not knowing, and especially thinking of the place and the paradise where he is in this moment. So anyways, I love you all. I thank you, and I appreciate each and every single one of you. Just the love and support that has come to our family, and the prayers, like no words can describe it. I think when it's very, very fresh, it's hard. But I think what's harder is as the time goes on and people might shut away. So if you have friends that have gone through something like this, it might have been years, I highly recommend that you reach out to them, that you check in on them, that you let them know that you're there for them. Because I think that's when the hardest times are going to be coming. So, love you guys.